Let's begin this unit with a review of how to combine like terms. And by like terms, we mean numbers and variables that are separated by plus and minus signs. So those are the terms. And they're alike if their variable endings are the same. So for example, this one ends with a regular x, so does this one. These are like terms. This one ends with an x to the second power, so does this one. Those are like terms. And then this has no variables, so does this. Those are like terms. So like terms have the same variable parts, and we combine by adding and subtracting their coefficients, the numbers in front. It's a counting exercise. So here's what I mean. You've got 4x squareds right there, and then over here is another 1x squared. So together, 4 plus 1 gives us 5x squareds. This last part's important. We're just counting how many of them we have. The variable parts don't change when you're adding or subtracting. X squared is, imagine like an actual physical square. You had 4, you have 1 more, now you have 5. Think of the x's maybe like a skinny rectangle. Here's 2 of them, minus 5 of them. So 2 minus 5 is negative 3 x's overall. The variable part stays the same. Then for the constants, a negative 8 minus 5 is a negative 13 altogether. There we go, combining like terms. Let's make sure we understand the difference between 3y and y to the third power. They look very similar. It's easy to get them mixed up. 3y means y plus another y plus another y. So when we combine like terms, I've got 1, 2, 3 of them, 3 y's altogether. Y to the power of 3 means y times y times y. So that's the big difference. When you see this exponent, it means you've been multiplying these y's together, 3 of them, for the exponent of 3. So the coefficient in front, think of it as repeated addition. The exponent up top, repeated multiplication. Okay, well, with that out of the way then, how much is this? Y to the third times y to the second. So let's first off just think about what y to the third means. That means y times a y times a y. All right, let's think about what y to the second means. That's y times another y. If this is all multiplied together, well, then it's just a bunch of y's multiplied. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. We should end up at y to the power of 5. So think of these exponents as counting how many y's are multiplied. So if we're multiplying these together, we're simply going to add those exponents, 3 of them here and 2 of them from here, for a total of y to the 5th. When you're multiplying, let's just take a look at how things work. Notice here, parentheses mean multiply. There's no plus or minus signs anywhere. So my advice is, let's just take the number parts, the coefficients, the 2 times the 3. Those are going to get multiplied together. And the x to the third and the x to the fourth, those are going to get multiplied together. So all I've done here in blue is just rearrange the terms a little bit. Now, let's multiply 2 times 3. And x to the third, that's x times x times x. X to the fourth means there's 4 more x's multiplied in. X times x times x times x. So 7 of them all together. Those exponents getting multiplied. Or the exponents being added as we multiply the x's together. With this one, don't forget this m in front is really m to the power of 1. So we've got an m from here times another 2 m's from here times 5 more m's, m, 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 m. That's 1 plus 2 plus 5, 8 of them all together. And if ever you're feeling unsure, just write them out. M to the first times m to the second times m to the 5th. And then you can just count how many you have. Now on this last part, when you see parentheses with a plus or a minus inside, that's when we're going to use our distributive property. So that means 4p times 2p minus 4p times 1. Now I said minus because of that minus sign right there. 4 times 2 is going to give us 8. P times p, 1p times another p, p to the second power. And 4p times 1, well, that's just 4p. And so there we go. This is your quick refresher on multiplying with exponents. So multiplying variables changes what their exponents are, the small numbers up top. Since the exponent tells you how many times a variable is multiplied by itself, when you multiply two variable expressions together, the exponents get added. So in this example, what we're going to see is 5 times 6 is just 30. J to the third, j to the fifth. Remember what these mean. This is 3 j's multiplied together. 5 more j's multiplied together is a total, 3 plus 5, of 8 j's all multiplied together. And then for our n's, n to the second, there's 2 of them, 3 more multiplied in, 4 more multiplied in. So 2 plus 3 plus 4, the total is 9 n's, all multiplied together. So please be careful as you're multiplying with your variables to keep track of their exponents. Very important.